All right. Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there on YouTube and watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you with the second ever special edition, Stout Sunday evening edition. It is February 16th, Valentine's Day weekend. If you want to, go that far, we've got
President's Day weekend.
We've got Bumpy from Bumpy Road Brewery, New Hampshire. We got Ronnie S., formerly of New York. Now he's down in Florida. We got Brandon and Trish from somewhere in Massachusetts, close to Boston. Bunch of wicked beer drinkers up there. And then we got Alex the Beer Master, who's in New Jersey. All right, cheers to everybody. We've already got comments, and we haven't even started here. We've got Jeremy in the chat. We got Bart Robinson. Says, what's up, Jeremy? No Stout here, but got a cold 32-ounce Colt 45 ready to crack. Crack open that Colt 45.
Good, Bart. Yeah, go for it, Bart. Crack that.
Crack it. All right. So we are going to get started here. Let's go ahead and start with Bumpy Road. What are you drinking today?
All right. What I have is a homebrew from the apartment brewer. This was something that he brewed or was bottled on April 2019. It is a chocolate coffee stout coming at 6.1% ABV, 44 IBUs, and he called it Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. I have yet to have this one from him. I guess
that's an ode to the song by
yes,
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Good song.
So I'll go ahead and crack this open here. Ooh, it's got a hiss. That's good.
Get that
lots of cannon smoke coming out there.
Wicked.
Should we talk with like northeastern accents?
No, just ignore me, guys.
Johnny Bob being a comedian.
We'll go back. Let's go to Ronnie. Bumpy's pouring here. Let's go through what everybody's got real quick, and then we'll go back around.
So I got the Guinness Drought. I believe it's 4.2 from what I've heard from the great Ron Terrio. He's pretty good with what he knows. They say it's a new can. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen this can?
No, it's been out for about a year. It's like a special edition.
Oh, all right. A special edition that's around for a year? That's not very special.
Well, they've got 4 different cans. One's got the bird. One's got like a polar bear or something. They've got different versions of it.
Okay. This is how it looks in the glass.
All right.
I'm not infusing this, so you can see it's pretty dark. When I was infusing them in the previous videos with Ron Terrio, it was much lighter. You can see here it's pretty dark.
Very dark, itself. Yeah. Okay. Brandon, what are you drinking?
So I've got. Oh, well, it depends what you
just go ahead.
I've got 3 ways to Sunday. This is a pale stout, clocking in at 4.5% ABV.
You're getting some glare on there, Brandon. Can you show the can again?
Yeah.
Damn you, Ronnie.
Hey,
okay.
Got the skulls on the ice cream cone.
Oh, is that a skull on the ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And, it's poured up very light.
All right. Well, yeah, pale stout. Yeah, it doesn't look like a stout at all.
It doesn't look like a stout, no.
No.
I just had one of these for the first time the other day.
All right.
How'd you like it? Right. Can we get a sneak peek?
Ronnie.
Trish. Hey, Ronnie, who's running this string here? Huh? What are you doing?
So I have Central Waters out of Wisconsin, salted maple stout, clocking in at 10.7% ABV.
Definitely.
Whoa.
Brady's got the biggest beer.
Yeah.
Aggressive pour, big ABV. Aggressive.
It's an Alex pour.
Get that Alex head on there.
The bigger the ABV, the more aggressive you can be.
All right.
They say.
You know the ABV.
Hey, why don't we quiet down over there?
The A in ABV stands for Alex.
Aggressive and Alex. All right. Speaking of Alex, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking Breaking Bridge Brewing Vanilla Porter. So, looking forward.
That's a good one. I've had it, yeah.
And this is what it looks like in the glass with a 1 finger head. Nice and black.
Yeah, that's like a half a finger head.
So I'm looking forward to trying this, Johnny boy.
All right. Sounds awesome. No, it is awesome.
007
awesome.
skinny finger.
All right. So what I've got the Java the Nut here, 6.5% ABV, as our buddy CBP would like to say. I've never had it. This is courtesy of Bumpy Road Brewery out of New Hampshire. He's right there, folks. He's right there.
Hey, there's Bumpy Road over there.
This fucking guy.
Kettlehead Brewing Company out of New Hampshire. So 6.5%. It's a coffee and coconut porter. I've never had it before, obviously. So I'm very excited. Well, I've already cheated. I've already tasted it. There's the pour. It did pour with a nice head, but it died down after about 2 minutes, and it's pretty.
And
pretty
30
bland.
seconds.
It looks more like a stout than a porter, and it's a 6.5%. You could probably classify it as a stout. All right, so we've all got our beers poured. We are about to get into the reviews here. Let's go to the chat really. Drunken One, you did not miss the. There he is. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. There he is. Boom. All right, we got Drunken One here.
Howdy.
There's the guy.
So we're just about to get in. We're just about to get into the beers. Do you have a stout to drink with us?
Hopefully this kind of fits the bill. This is from Boulevard Brewing. It's a chocolate ale brewed with cocoa nibs, chocolate, and vanilla extract. Oh yeah,
what's the ABV? It's strong, right? Isn't it?
Yes, an 8.7. If that's strong, it's sessionable in John's book, but yeah, 8.7.
It's sessionable in John's book.
Yeah, right. All right.
All right. Awesome.
Sorry, guys.
Well, thanks for joining us. Glad you finally made it home from work. I thought you were dead, so it's nice to hear from you.
I feel like I'm dead. You're not too far off.
Okay, so really quick, we got a lot of stuff going on in the chat. We got Sut in the chat. Cheers to you, Sut. We got Jeremy Vincent says he's got a 12 finger pour there. Alex the Beermaster. Yep. If it ain't a 12 finger pour, it ain't an Alex pour. Beerman's in the chat as well, says LOL. Cheers to you. Cheers to Commerce. Ozzy in the chat. He's having a Night Fury 10.2% ABV Imperial Stout brew with molasses and lactose by Witch's Hat Brewing in South Lyon, Missouri. I've never heard of that, but it sounds freaking awesome. Man, and Eclipse Brewing, Steve, over there in Seattle.
Should join up. Yeah.
Eclipse Brewing says, hey guys, cheers to you, Steve. He's out there in Seattle, Washington. Great home brewer. I've actually had one of his beers, as some other people on the panel have as well. The what was it? The Kush beer that he sent. It was really good.
Right. Yeah, I heard about that one.
All right, let's go back and start getting into these beers. We're all thirsty here, so Bumpy, we got to start back off with you and your wonderful stout.
So this did when I poured it. This was mostly a glass of head. I had to keep pouring slowly afterwards. Finally, we're down to where it's drinkable. It's got kind of that mocha colored head. The bubbles are kind of medium to small. It's still lasting though. The color of the beer itself, I can't see any hues. It's pretty black. I'm gonna call it black. Aromas on this, get a little bit of like a nut. There's some chocolate in there, kind of mid-range chocolate, so a little bit sweet, but a little bit bitter. The same aspect. Kind of a dark fruit berry type note, which could be coming from the coffee. I do believe that he may have added coffee to this, or it's just coming from the malts that he used, but smells very appropriate for a stout, chocolate coffee stout. I'm gonna go in for the first swig. So cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Cheers, Senor Bumpy.
I get some of the roasted barley notes in there. A bit of that kind of mid-range chocolate still. A little bit of a nutty finish. say about a medium body on this one with a pretty high carbonation level. Tad bit of a coffee note in there as well as I'm talking and smacking my tongue. I'm getting some kind of coffee flavors.
Right. Oh, well,
that's about what I'm getting. Some of those fruit notes and stuff do follow through. Kind of say a bit on the plum side. Yeah, pretty enjoyable beer. It's got the mix of the chocolate and the coffee kind of comes through. So nicely made stout, I would say. Cheers to the apartment brewer for gifting me this one.
Very nice. Sounds good. We've got miscellaneous magnets in the chat. Cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in.
Magnet? Cheers, man.
All right, and apparently I made a mistake earlier. Somebody has a beer from Michigan. Maybe I said Missouri. I don't know. Anyway.
Missouri.
Thanks for calling me out, Commerce. Appreciate it. All right, let's go to Ronnie S with his Guinness draft. Go for it, Ronnie.
Okay, so it looks like got a half a finger head. I've been sipping on it for the past couple of minutes. It's not that impressive, but I wouldn't expect it to be. It's 4.2. And I think this is the first time I've had this. Actually, I'm pretty positive it's the first time I've had this.
Really?
And from the stout experience that I've kind of gone into, I've always gone for the higher ABV stouts, the big bourbon barrel aged stouts, things like that. So when I think of a stout, I kind of think of something like that. That's big boy stout, and this is kind of considered like a small boy stout, probably, right? So I'm just I'm kind of underwhelmed, but I wasn't going into it thinking it was going to be a big deal, because I know that Guinness is kind of it's the what they would call it, like a beginner's stout, right? And I think from what I've drank so far, as far as stout wise, I started at the top, and now today I'm kind of going down here to what they would call the beginners. So it makes sense, but but was what I'm trying to say. But it's not bad. I mean, it tastes good. It tastes well. It's not like you don't enjoy it. It's got that a little bit of water taste to it. Like it tastes a little bit of water when in the stout. I'm just not used to drinking something that has a little bit of water in it. But like I said, I started out at the big stouts, so that's thanks to John and Illy.
Most people start out with the lighter stouts like Guinness, and then they kind of progress to the Imperials, the barrel aged, the super high ABV stouts, and that's normally what's recommended. I mean, so you're not overwhelming your palate with all those strong flavors and that alcohol. But I mean, Ronnie, you're a pro, man. You know your stuff.
I could say that probably Alex might be in this category as well. To where Alex, have you ever had a Guinness, Alex?
Yes, I have.
You have, because I know Alex loves stouts, and he usually goes for the big ones.
Yes, I do.
Right.
But I've also drink Guinness beers too.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Guinness is one of those that'll always kind of hold a special place in my heart because it's the first stout that I ever had. Plus, if you've ever heard of an Irish car bomb, I mean that was like my thing.
I've had Irish car bombs before.
You take like 3/4 of a Guinness, then you put a shot of Jameson, and then drop some I believe it's Bailey's or any cream liqueur really in there, and then you chug it, and it's really good.
I've done that numerous times.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want to do that with like a Bourbon County Stout, 15.2%. You might, pass out immediately. But a Guinness, you can do a few of those. It makes a nice drink. And it's a nice, easy drinking drink. They've got the widget in there. So it's kind of, you've got that creamy mouthfeel with the nitrogen in there. It's a good introductory stout, and it's good to kind of come back to every now and then. You know, you could drink a few of them. It's not super high alcohol, so you could drink 2 or 3 and not worry about having to.
Not worrying about maybe you got to wake up for work the next day because you don't celebrate President's Day.
Exactly. Well, not all of us are off on President's Day. But anyway, all right. So Ronnie, we'll let you keep sipping on that and come back around here in a little bit. We got to go down to Brandon and Trish. We'll start with Brandon with his. What's he got? The no way.
We're going up to Brandon and Trish, up to Boston area.
Well, up to Boston. Yeah, we're going up. We're going down.
Boston area.
Boston.
All right. So, yeah, I've got 3 ways to Sunday here. Let me get that.
Boom. There it is.
Cool can art. Creamy Neapolitan Pale Stout with natural flavors. Cool concept there. By Smut Labs out of Smutty Nose Brewery out of New Hampshire. 4.5% ABV. It's a pale stout, so there's what it looks like. Nice slicing.
So it doesn't look like a stout, like what you would think a stout would look like.
Does not look like a stout. And let me tell you what, the smell on this is pretty shitty. It's like a lager. Nothing going on. Very disappointing.
Nice descriptor.
Maybe a little bit of vanilla.
Wait till my turn.
And now for the taste on this.
Cheers.
Cheers, folks.
Medium mouthfeel, very flat, pale ale with a little bit of vanilla. I get no strawberry. I get no chocolate. Very disappointing beer in my book.
Wow.
I'm not happy with it.
Wow. Damn.
There's just nothing there.
I'm starting to wonder, maybe now, Bumpy, is that why you sent me that one? You just trying to get rid of it?
No. When I had it, it actually did.
What the hell was that?
Holy crap! Excuse me.
I got bleeped out. Wow.
So Bumpy,
No,
It sounds like
it-
Ron putting the carnival parade on.
Bumpy does have a different beer taste than Brandon, I do think.
I'm getting nothing from this one myself.
Yeah, I thought.
Wow.
I personally felt like it tastes exactly like a Neapolitan ice cream. I was getting strawberry and chocolate.
Getting
That's a great example of how different people get different tastes of the same exact beer.
Yeah. And my wife absolutely loved it.
I think I'm with Brandon. I'm kind of on Brandon's like level of reviewing beer.
I'm trying. I'm getting nothing.
It's hard to like delve deep into
Like vanilla.
things.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
like
is it malty? I mean, like, is it bready? Is it malty? Like, what kind of? Is it sweet?
I don't taste like
it's-
any. I don't taste any strawberry for me personally. I just get a whole lot of vanilla.
I don't know. It's very flavors that I can even pick out, to be honest with
Obviously,
you.
we don't know. We each have our own opinion. So,
Yes,
so on to me.
it is a stout. Okay, on to Trish.
Well, I
So
might
it's
have
a
to
stout that
back
doesn't look like a stout. And
It's a pale
and it
stout.
doesn't. It's not a very good stout.
So I have the Central Waters Salted Maple Stout, 10.75 ABV. This was
You think the chili's messing with us?
the chili?
Yeah.
No, see,
We did have some chili.
Yeah, we're not professionals. That's what we think of.
Nah, yeah, I don't like it.
Are you gassing? You gassing?
No, like maybe the spiciness is thrown off. We're just like we're on beer number 5 that has been bad tonight. Like everything we drank has just been awful. So this is supposed to have salt, maple syrup, velvety goodness.
Yeah, I think I know them.
The aroma, honest to God, is like mildew, like musty mildew. I don't smell. It's bad. I don't smell any maple. Like I want it like that rich maple syrup, like when you're in a factory, and it's just like like musty, like sweaty feet kind of.
Nice.
Like it's a real gross smell first smell it.
Musty, huh?
And
you guys are just not doing very good today.
That's I mean, it's obviously very dark. It is a heavy mouthfeel. It's very thick, but that's pretty much because it's like you're drinking a straight bottle of syrup.
Maybe you should infuse it with like a light beer or something.
It's definitely got a lot of salt. It's not well
Very
balanced.
salty.
It's just like a bottle of syrup with a whole lot of salt sprinkled in there. I'm not impressed because I usually love Central Waters, but yeah, this is not a fan. So.
Well, damn.
I'm wondering if you guys might be coming down with something because if
maybe you guys are just like bad luck. Every beer for Sunday, you're just bad luck.
This is bad.
Whatever you guys have tried today has been not very good.
Not bad luck, just bad beer.
Right.
I had a double new IPA.
Can't win them all.
All right. Well, Beerman says, at least you're honest. We got Alan, the Eclectic Beer, says, cheers to John and the panel. We've got Craig from
Cheers,
cheers, y'all. Cheers to you, Craig. Let's see. We got Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools up there. He lives close to you guys. He says, Trish, how is that salted maple stout? Well, you just heard Ron. Obviously,
Fox.
Ronnie.
Ron can probably get that up there in his area as well, so it doesn't sound like.
Why do I get a shush and John doesn't?
Because he's running this bitch.
What?
That's
right.
He's trying to anyway.
Let's see, 03.
And he just kept talking.
I'm sorry, I didn't even notice Ronnie was talking. I'm just trying to talk over everybody, I guess. Alan said that doesn't sound good at all. Trish is 0 for 3 on beers today. Yes, Trish, there you go. You've got another stream coming up, in an hour, right? It's not is it Will of Regret again? What y'all got going on? Something.
I know. Would you rather or something?
Would you rather take a shot or take a shot?
No, it's going to be.
It's going to be random panel.
Yeah, be the people on the panel that can play along with us.
Last time our panel played with us, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
Just generic crazy questions, and then what people vote the most on. If you vote wrong, you have to drink. It's just simple. It's simple.
Right.
It's
try not to drink the dish tonight. My heart can't take it, guys.
Maybe the ethanol and the moonshine just like burn everything off my tongue.
It's awesome.
All right, so we got Sut in the chat talking about he's drinking a world-renowned Budweiser Lager beer. That's a good one, Sut. Alan agrees with you, says, yes, it is world-renowned, hard to go wrong with. And then Ron's got a message for Drunken One talking about he received your email, Drunken One.
Yeah, well, he's wanting to become.
It take 4 years.
He's wanting to get on our group. He has interest in joining the panel from time to time, and I told him that I would get him on that. We'll do that on a different thing. It's
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, Ron's
Ron,
a guy.
I would actually, if I can interject, I would love to have Ron Beer and Tools. He is
cool guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He really is.
Yep.
All right, so let's see. We got Brandon and Trish. Initial thoughts, impressions are not very good of those beers they're drinking. We got to go to Alex, the beer master, next with his Breckenridge Vanilla Porter. So, Alex, you got the floor. Go for it.
Well, I have Breckenridge Vanilla Porter. I've been drinking a little bit.
All right.
Very tasty so far. It was a free 2-finger head earlier, but obviously I've been drinking it, so. Smells like vanilla. Tastes like vanilla. So let's see.
I know you love your vanilla ice cream, so
It,
right up your alley.
A little bit of creaminess, just a little bit. Tastes like vanilla, and that's all I actually taste. I was thinking I'd have some chocolate in here, but I don't think so because it's just a vanilla porter. So I don't know why I thought that, but unfortunately, it's just a vanilla porter. So it is very good, and I will get this again.
So you're saying it doesn't have any other flavors though, other than the vanilla, really, that you're picking up on?
Yeah, I don't know what you picked on. You're gonna have to let me know on that one. But
Alex, where did you get that, and how much did you pay for it?
Well, the whole pack, I only paid $11 because I had a different different variety beers. So I've only paid $11 for the whole.
Did you do the pick 6?
No, I've only did 1, 2, 3. I didn't get a whole pack. I just didn't feel like it. But yeah, this is what I taste. Just vanilla.
Just vanilla?
I mean, what about you, John? I mean, I'm going to ask you. Did you taste just vanilla?
Well, when I had it, it's been a while since I've had it. I did pick up on some like caramel sweetness, a little bit of chocolate because from the roasted malt. But yeah, it was very vanilla forward on the palate, but it did have some other flavors going for it.
But I can remember from having that one, I thought I picked up some like grain type notes too.
It was very vanilla though, a lot of vanilla flavor.
I don't taste caramel though. I don't know.
Brian says, "Who is your father and what did you do?" Oh boy! All right, well, Alex, I mean, vanilla's not that. I mean, it sounds like it's good. Maybe you were just expecting more flavors, and it's more one-dimensional maybe than you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but I just don't understand because if you tasted caramel, yes, we have all different palates, but I was hoping I would taste more. Vanilla.
Keep sipping on it. We'll come back around for a rating. I mean, as you sip on it, as it warms up a little bit, you might get some of the chocolate, some of the caramel from the roasted malt. If you're drinking it really cold right out of the fridge, you might not be getting some of those flavors right up front.
Do that. You're right. Thank you.
And Blue Nose Beer Reviews is in the chat. Cheers to you, Blue Nose. Thanks for tuning in. Bart Robinson's also in the chat, and he was drinking an ice cold Bud on draft last night and PBR. Those are always good choices on draft. You probably get a 16-ounce draft or a 24-ounce draft even for like, $2 or $3.
What bars do you go to that has PBR on draft?
Taco Mac right down the street has the 24-ounce, or maybe it's 22-ounce PBRs for like $2
on draft though.
Yes, on draft.
I don't really see bars that have PBR on draft. I just
don't see
that.
A lot of bars around here have PBR on draft.
You got to go to the other side of the tracks.
It's just, different areas. I don't know. All right, so let's see. We've gotten through everybody except me. So here we go.
Drunken one too.
We got the Java the Nut here, courtesy of Bumpy Road Brewery. Coffee, coconut, porter / stout. We're calling it a stout for tonight's evening edition of Stout Sunday. 6.5% ABV. Yeah, really coffee forward on the aroma. A lot of like cold brew coffee. If you don't like coffee, you're not going to like this beer. I wish the coconut was coming through a little bit on the aroma. It's not. I am getting a little bit, but I wish it was more pronounced. Nice small character though as well. Some nice roasty toastiness on the aroma. The first sip, you're getting that really strong coffee note. And it's not a bad thing, but it does have a significant bitterness to it. It is very forward. And then when you get through that, it leads to a nice little bready center. Some nice malt character in the middle. The coconut is a little bit lacking with this. I wish there was a little bit more coconut. The coffee just overrides the palate. I'm not really getting too much coconut. It is very smooth. It almost has a little bit of a creamy mouthfeel. The 6.5% alcohol is masked exceptionally well. The body is on the medium side. The carbonation is light to almost medium. And the finish is creamy, dreamy, delicious, very, very easygoing and delightful. So I'll keep checking on mine and come back around with the rating, but it is a very good beer. But beware, if you don't like coffee, you're not going to like this beer. Okay. So we got to go back around now.
Got to go to drunken one.
We got to go to the drunk one. That's right. He was late to the party.
Oh, shit, man.
I went before drunk. I always save my.
I know, right?
You got to save the best for last.
I told you. You got to help me out.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good. No, that's all good.
All right. Well, go ahead. Drunken one. Let's
hang out with you.
Blow you up, everybody.
Okay. Oh, shit. How come you didn't present yourself? Anyway,
I did. I just did the little
He
different.
did. He did present himself.
Well, sort of. We were all beside too, but anyway, you seem a lot more playful tonight. Thanks for having me. Okay. He wrote it down right down there. That is exactly what I've got there. The Boulevard Brewing. It's not really a stout. Sorry for being here, and I didn't have the right thing. What I come up with, because I take notes because I can't remember anything, is it poured with no head at all. I was giving it the aggressive, trying to get the Alex pour on it, and it didn't work with a crap, so it ended up with no head. It was lightly carbonated, no bubbles. Now the color is I had the damn flashlight. Oh, that's not it. It's not, again, I don't have the right stuff, but it's kind of that color, you know. It's kind of a brownish, kind of a bubbles rolling up through there. But it is lightly carbonated. It has a medium body, and
I like the flashlight.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. So it's got the medium body. It's got it's sweet, but it's got like chocolate bitterish. It's not like it's like the baker's chocolate that it does have, because it is a chocolate ale, and it's got kind of the not a sweet chocolate, but a bitter kind of a chocolate. But it doesn't really have any IBUs, so from hops anyway. It's only 24 IBUs. It sticks on your tongue. It just kind of lays there. Actually, it's a little too sweet and overbearing for me. To be very honest, there's no alcohol. The alcohol, I say no alcohol. It's 8.7. But you can't tell it at all. There's no warming effect, none of that kind of stuff like that. It is easy to drink, and a guy could slam a few of these down if you get by the taste that's not quite what you would expect from the way it's marketed. But it is. It goes down pretty easy. That's why I'm that far through this one right here. I can say it does kind of sneak up on you. The alcohol is hidden, but it's only my second beer, and I'm feeling a little warm and fuzzy already. So that's a good feeling. That's a good thing. And then my overall opinion is it's a bit underwhelming. You know, it's not all that. And I'm about to pour another before I give my rating, and I'll try to pour it even harder. Maybe shake the thing a little bit before I open it, and see if we can't get some bubbles out of it. I'll give my numbers here in a second.
All right. Okay. All right, now we've gotten through everybody. Everybody's had a little time to sip on their beer. Go back to the chat here real quick. Boulevard Whiskey Barrel. Yeah, that is one of my favorite Boulevard beers. Their Whiskey Barrel Stout.
I've tried that.
11.8%. That's good stuff, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably actually my favorite Boulevard beer. It's one of the better.
Let's get Ron, man. Let's. I'll leave if Ron wants to join this right now.
All right, Ronnie, slow your roll. We'll figure it out.
Well, the one that was more coffee from the Boulevard Brewing, I didn't care for it whatsoever, because I like coffee, and it just didn't hit the spot at all. To be very honest, to say something about I'm not trying to interact again. I guess I am. But anyway, Boulevard just need to maybe give a little more pride to what they're doing. It seems like they could use a little more. Like it's just they're just not trying hard enough. They don't represent the flavors like they should. I think they're all kind of just like the flavors are muted a bit. You know, they really should just add a little bit more of it. I don't know what they're doing wrong, but just add a little bit more of it maybe, because all of them are just a bit underwhelming in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to get another one.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's go back around here. We've got to go back, and everybody's got to give their final thoughts and ratings of the beers. Craig can't spare you. Hashtag slow your roll. But okay, so we got to go back to Bumpy with his beer first, with final thoughts and ratings.
Well, I'm not gonna give like a score to this one because it is a homebrew from Apartment Brewer. I will say this though. He makes very good beers. This one's not my favorite one from him. I think probably because as I'm drinking on it, kind of the plum and the coffee type notes are kind of coming through a bit more over the chocolate. And I'm not a huge coffee. I like really sweet coffee.
Coffee?
I have coffee. I make it caramel almost in a glass in a cup. Yeah.
You know, so
this one's it's got a little bit too much of that kind of coffee and bitterness going on for me on it, but it's still as far as a chocolate coffee stout, it's well made. It's something that could actually you'd think that you would find from
a chocolate coffee stout.
Chocolate coffee stout that you would probably find on store shelves from a professional brewery. So
Bumpy, I understand you're respecting it. You don't want to give a specific rating, but let's say excellent, good, fair, bad.
There you go. Right. Yeah. I think John. Right.
Most excellent, world
on
class.
On this one, I'm going to go with high end, good, almost going into that very good realm. So I'd say it's in the 90s.
Okay.
In the 90s, anyways.
All right. That's fair. Sure. That's fair.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. Anytime you get a homebrew, it's going to be good. Even if it's crap, it's good because you're drinking free beer, right?
And a homebrew wants to hear that. They want to know what somebody else thinks. They really it's constructive.
They do, yeah.
Well, I mean, I could have. That was the thing was I do have his Imperial Stout, which I've already had, but when I was at his apartment. And that is phenomenal. So I could have gone with that, knowing it was going to be great. But I wanted to go with something I haven't had yet. So
okay, fair.
Okay, awesome. Okay, let's go back to Ronnie with his Guinness.
As I said before, the Guinness. I never really had the Guinness. I tried a bunch of other stouts that were big boy stouts. This is lame. It's lame. It's not doing it for me. It tastes like water.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'll drink it. It has kind of a bit of that stout taste to it, but it's just like.
How about the mouthfeel? The nitro widget, is it giving it like a nice creamy mouthfeel at least, or is it more watery?
Yeah. I guess it's kind of creamy, but you can taste the water as well.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean,
as professional beer reviewers like to do, they want to grade it in the style that it is. So I know this is the style is like a light stout, I guess it would be considered.
It's just considered a stout. It's a regular old stout. Just rate it what you yeah. There's no such thing, really.
So if it's a regular old stout, I mean, how do you compare it to like the Russian Imperials and all that stuff?
Well, you don't.
It's a you don't.
You can't. Yeah, you said
regular stout. It's a regular stout. Once you get to the Imperials, you're looking at like 7% and up. Really 8% and up, but officially I think it's 7%.
Yeah, I mean, like 4.2 is pretty low. Even just for a regular beer, not even a stout.
I mean, like
if it was a light stout category, the Guinness would definitely fall into that realm because it is 4.2%. It is relatively watery compared to other stouts, other beers in that style, but it's a classic at the same time. If it wasn't for Guinness, there would be a lot of these other stouts that we could enjoy today. Because
and it's from Ireland, and I'm Irish, so I'll give it a 90, I guess.
A 90. Okay, so an A-. It's got good. What flavor is there is good, but it's just lacking. You wish it was more robust, more body, had more body to it.
Yeah, and I can see why it's not, because it's supposed to be the beginner stout.
Right. Okay. Right. That's fair.
I think you're right. You were right a while ago when you said you kind of went backward with your experiences with stouts. You started with some good ones, and then
what's funny is that I was always told by like fellow beer drinkers and friends and stuff that the Guinness was like, oh wow, like if you drink a Guinness, it's like, oh man, that's not even like a beer. So I always thought it was like, I don't know, so a Guinness compared to I guess an American adjunct lager, I guess is a big difference in their mind.
Well,
but then I kind of jumped into just doing like big stouts, so I skipped like what they were saying with the Guinness, and now I'm disagreeing with them to where I feel like the Guinness is it's watery, in my opinion.
It is indeed.
I really mean. I'm being really serious here.
Yeah, well,
that's good. Hey,
I'm laughing at Bumpy personally. So
yeah. I went about it the way that your boys probably did. It's like, yeah, I was the adjunct lager guy, and then I had Guinness. Like, wow, there are all these flavors, and it's so different from my adjunct lager.
Yeah,
and then progressed up to different ones or whatever. But yeah, once you've been to the Cadillac era or the Cadillac version, then that Chevy is the same, and it's
exactly.
There, but yeah, it's just not the same. I'm gonna shut my face.
Right.
All right. So we suck. Come on, man. So that says we yak on American adjunct lagers, but praise imports. You know what? I don't even know why I posted that up.
I actually like American adjunct lagers. Yeah.
They're trolling you over there, aren't they?
John, I know John is a fan of the American adjuncts, so that's not true.
I like everything.
Beer's beer.
I started with the American adjuncts, the malt liquors, the cheap stuff. It got me a taste for certain things, and then I branched off into craft beer, and I love craft beer. But I don't want to disparage the macro, some of the cheaper, maybe lesser quality beers, because that's what I started with. And if I didn't start out with those beers, then I wouldn't be here today, because that's where most people start.
Well, your icon for a long time was the King Cobra.
Samuel Adams or whatever.
Johnny boy, Ronnie just made a point there.
His icon for a long time was King Cobra beer, which a lot of people will look down upon. King Cobra.
Screw them.
Yeah, exactly.
Look down. I don't care.
That's because Cobras are on the ground, so you got to look down at them.
Okay, yeah, we're getting sidetracked now, aren't we?
Anyway, yeah, let's go back to Brandon and Trish. They've got to give their ratings for their subpar beers that they're drinking tonight. That spicy chili's got their palate all wicked. It's got them messed up.
Chili, so that's not the chili's fault.
Listen, my palate is all wrecked over here. I get back in the car, get to the liquor store, get me some new beer because the beer's
now, Brandon, you don't have to sit there and try to talk like that, because that's how you naturally speak. So when you overdo it like that, it's a little too much.
Well, everybody around him speaks like that, but
John,
he doesn't speak like that.
City. You're going to New York. That's not Boston. That's New York.
You didn't say Packy.
Okay, I gotta go to the Packy. All right, so let me.
I go to the Packy Manchester.
So this is what I'm drinking. The 3
New York.
Released to Sunday. This is a pale stout. Here's the end of it. I did end up drinking all of it, so I mean, it's drinkable.
Good for you guys that you don't talk like that and you live in Boston.
A little bit of.
How about that beer review?
A little bit of strawberry as it warms up has actually started to come through, but it still tastes like shit.
I can't wait for John to drink that one.
It's the evening.
I'm probably going to freaking love it.
I'm really low. 4.5%. I might as well crack open a Coors Light.
You're comparing it to a Coors Light.
In ABV. Yeah.
Bumpy's horrified over there.
That's what I do. I said no the shittiest beers I possibly can.
That's what it sounds like, Bumpy.
Nothing going on here.
No, it's a neat concept. We all have different palates. I don't personally like it either, but
it's very plain. It's just not a lot going on. So I'm gonna give my final rating, and I'm gonna give it a 69.
Oh,
damn it!
Okay.
Ouch!
Wow. This is probably the worst Stout Sunday.
Hey, that's a fair rating for how they're describing it.
John and Nellie's gonna go try that beer right after this.
John and Nellie's never gonna do an.
I'm gonna go immediately get off of the stream and go drink that beer and review it, just because I have to know.
Shots fired, right? Damn it!
All right, so 69. Wow, 69. So Trish, what about the Central Waters one? The salted maple?
So Central Waters, 10.75%. I got to give it to them. The ABV is definitely there. Like it is a boozy big boy beer, but
so you're tasting the booze. You can taste it.
I can taste the booze. The aroma,
very boozy,
is just not there. The taste is not there. It's oversaturated with syrup, and pretty much like it was a pot of syrup boiled with a ton of salt and tossed in some like bourbon, like that, heavy boozy feel. It was boiled in a pot with syrup, salt, and bourbon. Not a fan of this one. It's just too much. It's just too heavy, too thick. Flavor is lacking. It's just not on. Like, how do I have to rate this? I'm so not like a professional.
Give
like
it 10.75.
I'm gonna give it a 5. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I really like Central Waters. I had their coffee house.
Coffee house?
Yeah, they make like a coffee house stout, and that was a 100 for me. So I'm really disappointed. I don't know. I'm gonna do like an 85. I think that's pretty fair.
So good. So it's good, but it's not blowing you away.
It's not that good.
If you're into the heavy syrupy style, the mouthfeel is crazy thick, then this is for you. So I'm just being fair. It's not for me at all. But so I think an 85 is pretty fair. I mean, it is.
So you're rating it in its style.
Yeah, I mean it is, syrupy, salty, but it's just not there, not doing it for me.
So, okay, real quick. All right. Blue Nose is it? Blue Nose, you want a link? Do you have it? Are you going to drink a stout with us real quick? If you are, I will post a link in the chat.
You can bump me out. Since I'm gone.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll let you join when we go off there. But we're doing the stout thing. If you do have a stout and you want to join us, I'd be more than happy to post a link in the chat, and you can.
Yeah, stout, man. He said I have one.
He does say that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll bump myself up. I'll make it open.
Hold on, don't bump any. I'll do the bumping.
You can bump me off too, guys.
Hey, do the bumping.
Don't drop out on your. I will take care of it. Let me just wait and see if he even joins here. Okay.
I do have to put the baby to bed, so.
John, you're out of control.
Right, dropped out. Bumpy dropped out. All right. So
we got one open spot.
Thinking Bumpy.
That's a real beer.
He bumped himself. Bumpy.
We've gotten ratings from, let's see, we got ratings from Brandon. We still got to get a rating from Alex, the beer master, on his Breckenridge.
Breckenridge, I think I'm going to give this an 86. It's a very good beer because I'm tasting, as John and Nelly had said.
You said very good in 86. Those don't work together.
Well, actually, you know what I mean?
But, yeah, it does. That's fine.
Well,
86 is not a bad score.
Maybe. You know what? I actually give it a 90 because.
And I'll change it just because drunken one.
Yeah.
If you think it's 86,
I think Alex, stick with your instinct, man. Stick with your instinct.
I think it's a 90 because I like the caramel. I really do. And I'm going to do one more thing, which I told you earlier. Let's see what this tastes like.
Gary from Blue Nose Beer Review.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in.
I'll just eat some vanilla thing here. Let's see what it tastes like with this.
How are you doing, John? Hope you're all good, folk.
Yes, sir. How are you?
That.
It's the very early hours of
you can taste the real vanilla with this vanilla chocolate stuff here. And nice to meet you, Harry. Buddy, I'm subscribed to you, obviously. I watch your videos.
Yeah, man. I see your subs. Cheers.
So, this is good with this. So this gets an 80. This gets a 91 now because of the fact that this tastes good.
Oh, wow. Now he's up to a 91.
Okay. With this.
Yeah, what happened to the 86, Alex?
Because I'm eating Johnny Boy here, if he ever comes to New Jersey, I'm going to take him to to this place, and we're going to try this beer, and it's going to taste like vanilla because I got this from the chocolate ladies. And I go there, and I get these things, and it goes well with beer.
So hold on, Alex. When you say the chocolate ladies, do you mean the black women that work at the store?
No.
And the color girls.
Okay.
No.
The chocolate ladies.
Yeah.
That's why it's cool.
Okay. All right, hold on. All right, let me not get too. I've been drinking all day here, so I got to try to keep it together here. We've got to go. we got to go to Drunken One with his rating, and then I'll give my rating real quick, and then we'll just let Harry give everything start to finish since he joined late, and let us know what he's drinking and break it down, aroma, palate, all of that. Drunken One.
I don't want to break because we're having a good time here. Yeah, the evening Stout Sundays are a lot more playful than the morning ones, right? The morning ones. Yeah, I think maybe a couple of drinks during the day, and then the Sundays, Stout Sundays, or the late Stout Sundays are more awesome. Okay, short story long. I give it a 90. It's not terrible. I wouldn't necessarily buy it again. If somebody had one, I would drink it with them. But I wouldn't necessarily buy it again. It's the 8.7 is kind of sneaky. It finds you, and I'm pretty good about drinking. But yeah, after a couple of them, it'll sneak up on you. This is indeed my second one. The second one poured up a bit better with some more head, and I actually thought I got a different product there for a second. But overall, I give it a 90. I wouldn't buy it again necessarily, but it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my overall, I guess. Right? It's a 90.
All right. So really quick, I'll go back to myself. I've got the Java the Nut 6.5% coffee coconut porter. I wish there was a little bit more coffee, or not coffee. I wish there was a little bit more coconut. It's pretty good overall, though. It's excellent. I mean, it really is an excellent porter. The alcohol smashed well. It's nice and malty, but the coffee is a little bit too much for me personally. I would have liked some more coconut. So I'm going to go 93 out of 100. It's just getting into that solid A range. Yeah. I really like it, but more coconut would have really set this one over the top for me. Craig from Kent's Beer Reviews is in the chat. He says he has a stout as well. Get in here, Craig. I'll cycle people in and out if you want to
take me out.
Yeah, if you need to,
take me out or Drunken One out.
Yeah, don't mean no. Take a run.
People here, so yeah, Bumpy's still in the basement watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present you, Harry, since you joined late. Just give us a breakdown. Tell us what you're drinking. Give us a breakdown of it.
It's a beer which I got in a collab box, which is actually in the German/American box for an advent calendar. So it's a 6.2% Schwarzbier. But it says it's a collab stout, which is kind of not.
Okay.
So it's more like a stout than a Schwarzbier, but it's okay, and I'll drink it because it's stout. So yeah, it's nice and easy drinking. You wouldn't expect it to be 6.2% like it says. It tastes more like about a 4.5%.
Wow.
So it's super easy drinking for sure, but dark and smooth and lagery, if that makes sense. It's quite light in body.
Okay.
Yeah, toasty, but it's a smashable ale. Cheers.
Nice.
I've had quite a few beers tonight, so apologies.
No. Okay, so what I'll do, it looks one interesting thing. A Schwarzbier is like a black lager or like a dark lager, so it's kind of like maybe a cross between a stout and a black lager, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, that's what it is. It's a black lager. It's dark lager. Schwarzbier is a dark lager. So.
Okay. Do you have if you had to rate it? I don't know how you tip. Well, you don't do the 100-point scale. I don't.
I don't. For you guys, I'll probably give it about like a 83 out of 100.
So just kind of getting into that B range, that good range.
It's solid. It's definitely solid. It's definitely decent. Right. I'm happy with it. It didn't cost me very much. It cost me about £1.80, £1.70. I bought it as part of a 24-pack. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it again necessarily.
Oh.
Because it's mainly for the US market, so I can't really buy it again. So, but if I could see something like it, like Krombacher Dark, if you get Krombacher Dark, I'd happily buy that. That's something similar to this for sure. But it's nice enough.
Okay.
Fair. Yep.
All right. Well, I was hoping maybe Craig would join. It doesn't look like he's going to join. We've been going almost an hour here, so I guess we'll go ahead and take this off air. I really appreciate everybody joining. It turned out to be a lot more. I wasn't really expecting a big turnout tonight, but I really appreciate everybody joining. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. And it's always cool to get a perspective, like from our UK buddies and just our friends from Canada as well. We've got beer is it's a universal thing. It brings everybody together, and it's always interesting to see what people from other countries are drinking, what they're getting, because the laws are so different and the beers are so different depending on where you live. So anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks to Ronnie S., Alex the Beer Master, Harry from Blue Nose Beer Reviews, Drunken One, Trish, and Brandon, and Bumpy Road, who was in the basement. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We wouldn't be here without you guys. This is why we do this, to get interaction with the people out there in YouTube land, and we really appreciate any feedback. So have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Have a happy, President's Day tomorrow. I have to work, but some people are off, so enjoy your days off.
Celebrate your favorite president.
That's right.
Vote
next
Trump.
time.
George Washington.
Right.
George Washington.
Cheers, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Hope everybody has a great night. Thanks to everybody for joining. Peace out.
Oh, Harry, you can hang out with us if you want, my friend.
Hold still, Harry. Hold still.
We're going over there.
If it'll let me end the stream.
So who just left? Oh, the CVP.
Of course. They're going to do their own thing.